In the world of demons and angels, it is hard to decide which side is more destructive. And if these two parties get into a war, then it would be total havoc. Here, there's a war going on, and the destruction is inevitable. For this angel, the lower class demons were just damned small fries. Anyway, he considered this as his warm-up before kicking that Satan bugger. So, the fight begins. This angel is a lot more powerful than he looks. Moreover, he doesn't even need a break, and he's constantly slaughtering these tiny demons. They definitely couldn't win by going one-on-one against him, but they were slowly increasing in number. He felt that there were a bit too many now. Well, this was indeed challenging for him, so he decided to give it his all and make it easier for them to die. This apocalypse was going to end this demonic world soon, and then Satan finally decided to show up. Yes, the prince of the evil spirits was here. He was huge, ugly, and smelled like an enemy. This angel ordered Satan to kneel before him. Now he was ready, with his team, to attack Satan. As soon as he charges forward, he suddenly feels a sharp bolt of pain. Damn, first he felt weak due to the attack, and then he felt disgusted because it was his teammate who had stabbed him in the back. It was Michael, the scoundrel. After the attack, Michael smiles as though he had successfully completed a mission, and he lets go of his victim. The poor angel falls off his territory. Here, his body couldn't move after the attack, and he barely remembers that he had been stabbed by Michael. He kept wondering why he had done that. His eyes open for a while, and he's somewhere above a city full of lights. Oh my god, this angel has entered the surface of the earth. Oops, that was a long fall. He lands with a crash and is unable to recognize the place. He hears someone yelling and spots a woman near a bin. Two demons seem to approach her, and they have no good intentions. Well, angels are meant to be guardians, and so this angel hops in to save the lady. He gets in between them and claims that defeating demons is his job. Okay, everything was fine, but this angel was naked. The bad demons actually felt disgusted and asked him to put on some clothes. He ignores them and jumps to attack them. One fight, and he directly lands on the trash can. What the hell? He can't even bring his power out. The demon guys laugh at him as he is all bark and no bite. Now that they had nicely taught this angel a lesson, it was time to resume their game with this cute missy. Wait, this lady literally has snakes all over her, and these snakes gulp down those two demon guys within a couple of seconds. Those guys did seem to have an eye for women, but they didn't seem to have an eye for picking fights. Okay, they were done, but what was wrong with this guy? The archangel was stabbed by his mate, and that part of the betrayal keeps replaying in his mind and dreams. All he could see was Michael's devilish face smiling after the attack. He still remembers that damn fall, and boom, he suddenly wakes up from his sleep. He looks around, clueless, and wonders where he is. There's this same demonic woman sitting on the bar counter. When she notices that he woke up, she tells him that he sleeps like a baby. But the angel ignored her and demanded to know where he was. She then elucidates how he fought thugs, lost, and then went unconscious, and since he tried to protect her, she had no choice but to repay his kindness. The archangel felt that something smelled fishy. Well, he was quite heavy, so he had to get some help, and the process went somewhat smoothly. Hell no, the snakes on her body had almost swallowed him up. After this, she questions him about his real identity, as she is certain that he is not a human because he fell from that height and remained unscathed. He sincerely introduces himself as Lucifer, one of the archangels of Amatsukami. Lucifer explains what happened back then and how he ended up here. Instead of believing him, this demonic woman laughs at him. She refuses to believe that he is Lucifer because he is weak as hell. Lucifer gets annoyed in an instant, and now he wants to prove himself. Hang on, this damn snake is out again. Lucifer recognizes that this woman is a demon, but she doesn't smell like one. Of course, she couldn't let her identity out like this, as she is Satan's right arm, Lilith. Satan's Sama is currently missing, and she came here to find him. Interestingly, he heard that just before he disappeared, Satan was fighting with someone. Yes, that was Lucifer himself. Lilith was shrewd enough and she analyzed the situation. It has been a month since Satan's Sama went missing, and she asks Lucifer if he was constantly falling all that time. Well, he actually didn't have an answer. Lilith then thinks about it, and it seems that she believed that Lucifer was an angel. Now that he was back on his feet, she politely asked him to leave. Oh, sorry, she threw him straight out of the door. Lucifer adjusts himself and wonders what was wrong with Lilith. He still didn't have any strength, but he could see demons blended in with humans. Lucifer wouldn't comprehend the situation, and he wondered what exactly happened to this world. The very next moment, a boy rushes towards him and begs Lucifer to help him out. A gang of 3 goons was behind this boy who ruined Anaki's jacket. They were determined and wouldn't let him get away scot-free after dirtying the jacket. They ask Lucifer to kindly hand him over to them. Nope, that isn't happening. He fights them off real quick, and he's actually very strong if the opponent is a human. A moment later, this innocent guy turns into an ugly demon. He actually used those goons as a bait. He knew that Lucifer was an angel, and now he considered himself lucky because he would get to try one himself. Whoa, it's a feast, and the highlights are the flesh and blood of an angel. Damn it, Lucifer was well aware that he still couldn't win against a demon. He eventually gets captured, but then something happens. Lucifer is like a source of light, and minute particles come out of his chest. He then destroys this idiotic demon. Oh, he got his powers back. The ancient celestial language appears, and Lucifer learns that he has ranked up to 5. Moreover, there was something more that informed him about the stigma of physical strength acquisition. While thinking about it, the demon gets up again. Lucifer tries to run, but he stops right away in front of a lovely car. An old man gets off the car, but Lucifer warns him not to butt in. This man immediately recognizes Lucifer. Damn, one after the other, they were all talking to him as if they knew him very well. Here, something strange keeps happening in Lucifer's body. That's when this man introduces himself as Marbas, a wisdom demon, and challenges Lucifer, saying that if he beats him, he'll tell him what is happening in his body. Oh my god. Yes, Lucifer was down for it, as he currently felt invincible. They get ready for the one-on-one match, and while they wait, they also have an audience that is actually worried about what the hell Lucifer is doing. Get ready for this interesting fight. Here, Marbas, a wisdom demon, has challenged Lucifer, the archangel. They quickly sneaked into a lonely area. Lucifer claims that he has heard a lot about Marbas and is ready to attack. Okay, this statement made Marbas so happy, and he studies his opponent well. Since Lucifer has got his powers back, he doesn't hold back anymore, and boom, he attacks Marbas. The wisdom demon, Marbas, knows that Lucifer has got excellent strength, technique, and strategy, which he has used to slaughter countless demons. The fight between the archangel and the demon gets intense, and the attacks get crazy. Then Marbas taps on some essential points on Lucifer's body, and claims that he lacks speed. Marbas crashes the angel on the ground. Yes, he has been focusing too much on Lucifer. With another attack, Lucifer destroys Marbas's car terribly, while Marbas clearly managed to dodge it. Lucifer wonders how the hell Marbas avoided the attack. Well, boy, he has a demonic eye. His eye can see a few seconds into the future, and it can show him every possibility. Lucifer's attack won't hit him. Lucifer was clever enough to deal with this guy, and he soon launches Johan's weapon, Agdos. Well, Marbas wasn't sure about this, and the damage is done. For Lucifer, it didn't matter if his body couldn't keep up, he shouldn't be underestimated. So Marbas uses the Transcendemia Lion, and he looks all cool now that he tore some of his clothes. He launches an attack straight at Lucifer, and damn, that hurts. Marbas had kicked him, thinking it would end things, but Lucifer was tougher than he looked. So now it was time to spice things up. Marbas soon disappears into the thin air, and the very next moment, scratches appear on Lucifer's hand, followed by a scratch on his back. Marbas is getting creepy. He quietly whispers in Lucifer's ears, saying that he was called unbeatable and invincible, the Archangel of Dawn. But this was indeed his first time feeling fear of losing his life. Lucifer struggles to fight back, but everything is in vain. Now it was time for Transcend Second, the Invisible Lion. Damn, how Lucifer would manage to keep up with this guy. Marbas attacks Lucifer until he falls, and now that he is losing the bet, Marbas asks him to compensate for his car. Lucifer wasn't ready to give up and attacked Marbas again. But, as he said, the attack wouldn't hit him. Guess what? Lucifer did have a plane. He had been here once during the Roman era. There seems to be an obvious difference in culture, but it seems like humans still love water irrigation. Well, by destroying the fire hydrant, Lucifer could spot Marbas, but it wasn't going to be useful. As long as he has these demonic eyes, he'll win. Hang on. These damn droplets, they are going to hinder Marbas. He can actually look at every droplet's future. Damn, he could see everyone and everything. His head was bursting, and at that very moment, Lucifer attacked him. Marbas's demonic eye indeed has an advantage, but when his opponent sees through it, that same advantage becomes a disadvantage. Well, his demonic eye looks way too far into the future. The ancient language appears again, which shows him the stigma acquisition and states that Lucifer has ranked up to 15. Lucifer covers up his face, and then he discovers that he has got the demonic eye. Marbas was kind of expecting this scenario. He says that he lost on purpose because he wanted to confirm something. Now even Lucifer could look into the future with all the possibilities. Marbas guides Lucifer and tells him that he'll feel dizzy at first, and then he has to say, tough seek. He does as he says, and boom, it's gone. Marbas taught him the technique to turn the demonic eye off. Lucifer was well aware that Marbas is also called an omniscient demon, but knowledge itself is an ability. Marbas elucidates, saying that the only reason he's omniscient is because he has collected numerous pieces of information over the years, and that his demonic eye is just a tool for collecting the knowledge. He also informs Lucifer that when he looks inside him, he has got something called Kai's legacy. Lucifer instantly desired to know more about it, but this wasn't the right place. Marbas asks Lucifer to come over to his shop to talk. He also knew about Lilith, who kept spying on them, and asked her to come along too. Marbas sensed that she was worried for some reason. Lilith clarifies that she wasn't worried, but she wanted to make sure that Marbas didn't break her newly picked up toy. Lucifer expressed his concern over her statement, and he wanted to confirm if she really called him her toy. Next, the three of them head straight to Marbas' shop, where Lucifer notices that the demons are drinking while fully exposing themselves. Well, that was fine, as it is Marbas who runs this place. Marbas is here, ready to get started, and he first asks Lucifer if he is aware of the fact that his father had created this world. Yes, he knew about it. And while they were talking, Lilith helped Lucifer with his wounds. Marbas then explains by saying that objects are said to have existed since primordial times, even before the world was created, and that is known as Kai. It may be some sort of god, and it is said that he left 3 legacies: the Suji's sword, the Biz's cloak, and the Gaze stone. The one that's inside Lucifer's body is the Gaze stone, and Lilith stresses on him to remember about it. Now the main question was what would happen further. Well, Marbas doesn't know anything about it. Well, he was all omniscient, doing this and that, but now suddenly, what the hell happened to this damn old man? Marbas argues, saying that all this had happened before the world even existed, and it's astounding that he even knew something about it. Lilith reminds Marbas that he is not completely blank and that he also wants to confirm something. Yes, it was about the Gaze stones, which duplicate and accumulate the stigma of the opponents the wearer fought. But originally, there should be 1 stigma for each one of them. Correct? And the fact that the stone was now within Lucifer, so the more he fought, the stronger he became. As for now, Lucifer couldn't think of doing anything to these two, but he wanted to beat up some bad guys. And there he goes. Marbas wasn't done talking, but Lucifer chose to ignore him. Lucifer approaches the demons and starts provoking them. He boasts about being an archangel and urges them to come at him. Whoa, this guy's got some damn guts. Ultimately, the demons get furious as Lucifer underestimates them. And boom, it's time for some action. Lucifer easily defeats those baby demons one by one. Marbas feels pity for his shop, which is now destroyed. Here, Lucifer successfully ranks up to 18, adding some crazy stigma acquisitions to his collection. After defeating the bad guys, Lucifer recovers some strength, although not as much as before. He then remembers about his enemy Michael, and now Lucifer wants to end his existence. Lilith notices that Lucifer is leaving, and she asks him where he is going. He replies, saying that he is going to find Michael and beat the crap out of him. Lilith knew that Michael was the one who betrayed him, and she confirms that they are friends. Lucifer tells her that they were friends and that he trusted him too much. Michael was the one who betrayed him, and before Lucifer knew it, he had lost his wings and power. Lucifer was determined to hit him at least once. Marbas and Lilith couldn't understand the fact that Lucifer had gotten stabbed, but Lucifer was just okay hitting Michael with just 1 punch. Lilith was certain that angels never betrayed their kind. Marbas analyzes the situation where the betrayal of the archangels, the disappearance of Satan, and the appearance of Kai's legacy all seem to be connected in one way or another. Lucifer then asks the old man Marbas if he knows the way to return to heaven. Marbas got annoyed when he was called an old man. Moreover, how on earth would he know the way to heaven? After all, he was a damn demon. No, even after being an archangel, Lucifer was blank when it came to this. The last time he came here was hundreds of years ago. Lilith jokes around, asking Lucifer whether he lost his intelligence along with his wings. Next, Marbas tells Lucifer that, for now, it doesn't seem necessary to go back to heaven as he just got intel that an angel was captured in Ostander. Okay, that's it. Lucifer now wants to go there as soon as possible. Well, Marbas found something really suspicious with this timing and all. Moreover, he wasn't Lucifer's driver. He suggests that he should at least get his own car. Lucifer didn't know what a car was, and Lilith found it fun to teach a clueless angel what not to do. The three of them quickly got into the car. Lilith was curious to know about how long it would take to reach Ostander. Marbas informs her that it is 200 miles away from here, but with this baby of his, it should take around 2 hours. Lucifer, on the other hand, was enjoying the ride as cars really were fast, and according to him, humans have some really cool and amazing stuff. Marbas immediately agrees with him, as he straight away started loving alcohol, cigars, and movies right after he came here. Just then, a plane passes by, and Lucifer thinks it's a bird. Well, it was his first time seeing a plane in real life, as Michael used to tell him everything about the Earth even when he didn't ask him about it. Marbas demanded to know about his companions when he fought Satan. Lucifer was hesitant about letting some information out, but then he eventually told them about Gabriel, who is stubborn and inflexible, Uriel, who is extremely quiet, Raphael, who is a cute and lovely healer, and Michael, who can fly faster than anyone. Michael was the only one whom Lucifer couldn't match. He was also certain that Michael's loyalty to the Godfather was stronger than anyone else's. Lucifer remembers how he and Michael used to fight demons together and win over them. He claims that cars might be fast, but Michael is even faster. Lilith tells Lucifer that he sounded as if he were in love with him. Angels, unlike demons, were delicate beings and no fun at all. Lucifer gets irritated and tells them to shut up. Lilith thought that Lucifer had gotten stabbed just because they weren't on good terms. Just then, Lucifer spots a big plane flying over them. It was clearly a bird, and this guy just wanted to use the new words added to his vocabulary. It was came. He came to stop them as these demons were carrying Lucifer, an archangel. Lucifer gets annoyed and attacks Came all at once. Lilith warns him, saying that if he tears his clothes, his name next to the shirt is Sea Urchin. Well, what on earth a uni was. Lucifer scratches Came and falls off right after that, as he still can't fly. It was just an amazing high jump. Came makes fun of him for saying that an archangel was crawling on the earth. But the very next moment, the bird was destroyed by Lucifer's poisonous hand. He was now excited for this guy's stigma, as he thought that Came would have some sort of excellent flying abilities. But the stigma he gained was nail hardening. Lucifer was instantly disappointed, but Lilith informed him about the advantages of nail hardening and that Came's claws could cut through anything. Moreover, Lucifer thought that these two demons would at least stop him from killing Came. Nope, remember, they are demons, and they were different from a certain clan of delicate archangels. Lucifer really wanted to hit these buggers, but then who would drive him around and who would provide him with clothes? After all that excitement, Lucifer was now bored. It was fun at first, but then it's been the same view the whole time. It had hardly been 2 hours, and he was bored, so Marbas asked him what he did to waste hundreds or thousands of hours. Well, Lucifer used to waste his time quarreling with the demons. Yes, and he was doing the same damn thing now. Lilith speculated that they should be close to Satanasia's territory in Ostander by now. Marbas tells them about Satanasia, who has locked down the whole town since he captured Michael. Lilith shares her experience, saying that she tried to give it a go and sneaked in, but she gave up, and now it would be troublesome if it was on lockdown. Luckily, Satanasia is Marbas's big brother, and if they didn't cause any trouble, he was certain that Satanasia would let them see Michael. All this discussion was done especially for Lucifer, but this guy wasn't even listening to them. His eyes were fixed on a van besides them in which 2 children were kidnapped and tied up. Lucifer notices the situation, and he's ready to take action. Marbas guesses that it might be an offering to Satanasia or something, and he warns Lucifer to never ever mess with this. But before Marbas could complete his sentence, Lucifer had already jumped off the car. With one kick, he mashed the van and picked up the kids. Marbas, in that very moment, felt that his existence was unworthy. Lucifer unties the kids and asks them if they are fine. He picks up the kids and makes them sit in Marbas's car. He also inquired about their parents' whereabouts. Here, Marbas tries to protest, but all in vain. Well, protecting children is in the nature of the angels, and they couldn't help it. Lilith reminds Marbas that he could be killed if he stole stuff from higher-ranking demons. Marbas immediately stops Lucifer and tells him to take those kids and get lost. He couldn't risk taking care of him from now on. If Lucifer hadn't done anything, he could have made him meet Michael peacefully, but he can't do it anymore because Lucifer has messed up with Satanasia's offerings. They both start arguing, and Lilith informs them to get ready as Satanasia's underlings are coming. Well, now that Lucifer was determined to meet Michael as well as save the kids, they had only one way remaining. Marbas takes Lucifer in to punish him, as he was the one who tried to steal Satanisha's offerings. The boss guy usually didn't bother showing his face at all, but this scenario was a completely different one. Marbas almost sells off Lucifer, as he's a tough guy and Satanisha would like him. Lucifer couldn't believe his ears. Marbas quickly gets by his side and tells him to calm down, as he was only putting up a play. Nevertheless, this was all Lucifer's fault, and this was indeed frustrating. Marbas reminds Lucifer to win against Satanisha or else he won't be able to meet Michael. Satanisha was impressed with Lucifer, as he seemed to be an interesting prey. The other angel has crystallized himself, but at least this one seems to have some guts. Power was everything in Satanisha's fortress, and now he commands Lucifer to show him his strength. Ammon, Barbados, and Pruffles get ready for the fight. The Archangel had to deal with these guys. The fierce fight begins, and Marbas and Lilith try to leave with the kids, as if they get caught they won't be able to get off scot-free. Here, for Lucifer, finally, things were starting to get interesting. First, he fights against Ammon, followed by Pruffles. Satanisha observes Lucifer and his multiple stigmas. It was now time to fight against Barbados. Barbados starts shooting arrows towards Lucifer, and he dodges and destroys each one of them. Lucifer-sama claims that he is strong, cute, and invincible. Lilith finds it annoying that Lucifer is aware that he is cute, and Marbas thinks that he's got a cute, smooth brain. Lucifer yells at them to shut up, as he can hear these dumbasses speaking nonsense. Ultimately, Lucifer defeats his opponents and acquires their stigma. Well, this wasn't a big deal, and next was Satanisha's turn. In a second, Lucifer is attacked deliberately and fiercely by Satanisha and falls to the ground. For Satanisha, he was just an angel with insignificant wings, and he couldn't defeat this demon general Satanisha with his current strength. Satanisha stood affirmatively with pride after severely hurting Lucifer. After a while, the weak Archangel gains consciousness and coughs badly. Damn, he wondered where the hell that attack came from. Marbas asks Lucifer about his demonic eye. That's when Satanisha spots this brat and pulls him near. Satanisha examines Marbas's demonic eye, and it seems to be quite healthy. Well, a demonic eye is not something that one can find lying around. Satanisha thought that Marbas might have given Lucifer an eyeball. He could understand how on earth Lucifer ended up having the same eyes as Marbas, but it didn't matter as he knew a way to deal with them. Here, Lucifer tries to get up, but he is attacked once more by Satan's general. He didn't give Lucifer permission to get up. Fine. Anyway, this guy didn't have the strength to get up. Lilith steps forward to protect Lucifer and claims that he is her dress-up doll that she has picked up. She boldly tells Satanisha that it's fine if he wants to play, but he shouldn't break it. Satanisha ignores her and orders her to back off. Not a chance. She wasn't going anywhere. Lilith also informs Satanisha that Lucifer might hold a clue on where Satan was, so she'd prefer to keep him. Satanisha was certain that this guy was the enemy of Satan, but he didn't know that Lucifer had lost his memory of the battle, and that his fellow angels had tried to kill him. Perhaps Satanisha had different plans, and he attacked Lilith too, as she seems to be really fond of this angel guy. An angel that replicated their stigmata was extremely disgraceful, and so Satanisha planned to kill him right here and right now. In order to stop Lilith from getting in his way, Satanisha first attacks her with the intention of killing her. But at that very moment, Lucifer protects Lilith and takes all the damage. He is a hero. Lilith asks him what he is doing, but he tells her to shut up and move aside, as this is his fight. But Lucifer could not keep up with the agonizing pain, and he fell unconscious again. Satanisha notices that Lucifer saved Lilith's life, and Marbas predicts that this is bad as he knows how the mechanics of his attacks work. But anyway, it was too late to tell them now. Lilith tears open his shirt only to find something unexplainably shimmering particles, which looked like a starry night sky. The kid reacts as though he realized something, and he rushes towards Lucifer. This kid keeps his hand above Lucifer's chest and heals him. Lucifer's body quickly reacts to the healing and produces an extreme repelling force. It seems like an angel is being reborn, and boom, Lucifer gets his most anticipated, glamorous angelic wings back. His body is healed, and he looks mesmerizingly beautiful. Well, Lucifer was as pretty as a picture. His body felt so light, and he wondered if his wings were always like this. Marbas asks Lucifer to listen carefully and emphasizes on the part that Satanisha's ability is messing with space. He also tells him to look at himself under attack. Satanisha attacks Marbas before anything, but Lucifer saves him and thanks him for the demo. Satanisha doesn't appreciate Marbas's loose lips. Marbas quickly apologizes to Satanisha and clarifies that he has got no intention of betraying him. but impractical things were happening right in front of his eyes. Moreover, he wants to know what this guy is capable of. It was just his intellectual desires that were uncontrollable, and Marbas didn't plan or plot anything against Satanisha. At the extremity of all knowledge lies nothing but emptiness, but it's natural for a demon to be honest about their desires. So Marbas decides to be selfish from time to time. Here, Satanisha still felt that he didn't have enough control, and Lucifer challenges this desperate, sadistic bastard for a fight. Satanisha gets ready, and Lucifer activates his demonic eye. Satan's general attacked Lucifer mercilessly, and Lucifer defended himself efficiently. Satanisha shows off his swordsmanship skills, and Lucifer pounces on him like a crazy dog. Even after surviving a damn blast, Satanisha walks out of it as though they were just crackers. Now even Lucifer unsheathes his swords, and they have a fierce battle. Next up, Lucifer attacks Satanisha and wounds him up. There's a cutthroat competition between the angel and the demon, and they don't care about their lives. Lucifer manages to kick Satanisha, and this guy seems to be quite impressed, but he warns the angel not to push his luck. Lucifer tells Satanisha to just shut up, and he promises to keep pushing his luck even further. Satanisha was the one who drilled a hole in Lucifer, and now he is taking the piss. Lucifer tells him to hurry up and let him see Michael. Satanisha was determined, and he would never give up so easily, so he tells Lucifer to take Michael by force if he wants to. He adds up saying that Lucifer is a bore. Alright, then, Lucifer was done being on the receiving end of the entertainment. He also tells Satanisha that he really missed strong guys like him. Now that Lucifer was going to attack Satan's general, he warned him not to die on him. Lucifer uses Johannes Ray and Anatos, and damn, this seems like his opponent was about to meet his end. The place was completely destroyed when Marbas and Lilith entered to see what had happened. According to Marbas, this was impossible. Demons and angels are life forms that were absolute when their fathers created them, being hermaphrodite, man, and beasts, and in the long run, even death is temporary. Lilith knew that because of their perfect lives, they could not have children with other members of the same family. Moreover, they don't need to evolve through generational change. Marbas observes Lucifer, the archangel, and states that if one looks at it from a different perspective, there is nothing beyond the limit of the power they were born with. Nevertheless, evolution is just a privilege reserved only for unfinished terrestrial creatures. But they wondered what's up with this guy. There was something that gave him the ability to take on the demon's stigma and even rework the symbolic wings of angels. Damn, it was as if Lucifer had evolved alone. Here, Lucifer has ranked up to 40, and in the end, he is actually strong. Hang on, his wings were suddenly disappearing, and he wondered what was going on. It really happened again, but before he could hit the ground, Lilith saved him. Now they were even. Lucifer spots that kid near Lilith, and he knows that he was the one who saved him. But when he looks into that boy's eyes, his memory, wherein he could recognize the boy's face, gets destroyed. This is confusing, but Lucifer just lets it go. Next, the floor under his feet starts crumbling into pieces, and Lucifer notices that Michael is right down there. He was completely crystallized, as described before by Satanisha. Lucifer along with his temporary teammates approached the chain crystal. When Lucifer was about to knock it down, Satanisha shooed him away from it. This was his property, and he wouldn't let Lucifer touch it without his permission. Satanisha did escape using spatial transfer, and for Lucifer, this guy is one real pain in the ass. Marbas notices that Satanisha has lost one of his arms, and Satanisha tells him that it got incinerated because of that damned holy light. Meanwhile, the chain that held the crystallized angel abruptly breaks open, and the crystal bursts into small pieces. Oh my god, Michael's gone. Yes, Michael is gone. That bugger literally ran after leaving behind an illusion. Lucifer thought that he had confined him properly, but damn no, he escaped. Satanisha regretted it, as he was the only lead to his highness. This man was definitely in the mood for joking. Satanisha actually tried to kill Lucifer without hesitation. Lilith knew that there was something going on, and Satanisha knew what was happening. Now that there is no point in fighting anymore, Marbas offers to heal Satanisha's arm. Though Lucifer found it annoying, he still captured Marbas and threatened Satanisha to tell him everything he knew or else he'd mess this guy up. Marbas knew that Lucifer was stupid, as this silly threat wouldn't work against Satanisha. The very next moment, Satanisha threw away his sword and was ready to have a talk with Lucifer. Marbas' expression at this moment was priceless, so technically he was an idiot. Lilith tells Marbas that it's surprising how dull he can be sometimes. Despite being a demon, Satanisha has been pretty lenient with him and his own people. Yes, he indeed cared about his people. Marbas and Barbados both help Satanisha dress the wound. Barbados then approaches Lucifer and tells him that Satan-Asia-sama has been using this fortress to house and hide demons who can't take human form. Barbados then swears that someday surely she'll cut his arm just like Lucifer cut Satan-Asia-sama's arm. Satan-Asia shouts at her for talking nonsense and asks her to stand down. Satan-Asia tells Lucifer that he found out that after His Highness Satan-sama disappeared, the gods whom the angels serve also disappeared. This was initially a secret among the high-ranking demons. Technically, it was time for Satan-Asia to be independent, but he refuses because he hasn't come to like them at all. So Lucifer's dad went missing as well. No wonder he didn't come to pick up his cute son while he was struggling on Earth. That's gross. Satan-Asia also informs them that since that time, even angels have been falling to the earth one after another. Well, it wasn't just Lucifer and Michael who felt it, but all of them. The demons weren't aware of the scenario and fought the angels. When Satan-sama went missing, they were in need of a new leader until his return, and so Satan-Asia tried to capture both Michael and Lucifer to lead the others. He also hoped to capture someone who knew what was going on, but Lucifer didn't know anything, so Satan-Asia planned to keep him as a symbol of authority. The other high-ranking demons were probably desperate to take on some angels too, and Lucifer was worried about them. Lilith notices that he was also worried about Michael, but deep down, Lucifer knew that he would be safe. Lucifer blames Marbas because he wasn't aware of the situation. Satan-Asia clarifies that he did call him several times to disclose the information, but Marbas never picked up. Well, Marbas was scared of Satan-Asia, and Lucifer taunted him, saying that he doesn't have any communication skills. Lucifer wanted to go and beat up all the high-ranking demons and make them spit out the information. Marbas was still stuck on the taunt, and he calls himself better off than those who use violence to communicate. These two start quarreling while Lilith gets some information on Astaroth's whereabouts. Lucifer warns Satan-Asia to behave and tells him that he'll let him off the hook for today. Here, Marbas remembers about the boy and wonders, what's with this kid? The others were acting oblivious about it. Lilith interrupts his investigation, and she prompts everyone to get ready to leave. Next up, Lucifer is amazed by the huge plane, and he spots a man who gets off the plane. This guy is Thomas, and he is one of Lilith's servants. As soon as they meet, they kiss. This is not fair. Marbas makes some arrangements for his car, and they get on the plane. This was one luxurious plane, and it was surprisingly spacious. Lucifer notices that Satan-Asia is here too. He was here because he didn't feel comfortable leaving Marbas to work with a violet angel like Lucifer. Lucifer asks Satan-Asia if he's a nanny, and Marbas begs him to leave as it's suffocating. Satan-Asia ignores their nonsense, and then he asks Lucifer to join his army. Lucifer gets annoyed and asks him to shut up. The atmosphere in the plane was quite suffocating, and Lilith suggests Marbas open up the bottle of champagne. He quickly pops out the bottle's knob. Lucifer declares that he doesn't drink, and Lilith tries to tempt him. Oh girl, he is never going to fall for this cheap trick. But the very next moment, he gulps that drink down. Well, it's the human's fault for making such delicious things. Marbas thought that Satan-Asia would kill him if he crossed him, but Satan-Asia was certain that he wouldn't do that to his relatives. Marbas reminds him about an example that was set to scare the crap out of them, but Satan-Asia confirms that the person involved was just a stranger. Satan-Asia then tries to help Marbas change his ashtray, and the situation gets awkward. They drink and chit-chat happily, as though they were long-lost friends. Lilith tells Lucifer that ever since he fell here, every day has been really fun and asks him to relax before they arrive. No dude, he cannot rest easy in a demon's den. Marbas gets annoyed, as it's not like they were going to devour him. He then caresses Lucifer's face and neck, and Marbas might play a prank on him. Lucifer wonders if this is how the demons seduce and eat human kids. Lilith elucidates by saying that everyone has a different relationship with humans, and some get along really well. Lilith herself enjoys using humans moderately. Smart demons coexist well with humans, but some of them feed on people. In many cases, demons were hunted by humans too, so they had a love-hate relationship. Lilith seems to be taunting Satan-Asia and telling Lucifer that these days only low-ranking demons eat humans. Satan-Asia felt offended when Lilith looked at him. Lucifer gets furious and tells him to stop acting as if he knew nothing. He tells Satan-Asia about these kids who were forcefully taken into his fortress. Well, Satan-Asia doesn't remember ordering his subordinates to kidnap a human child. Marbas suddenly remembers that he didn't really recognize the one who drove the truck. Satan-Asia practically explains that human children were almost useless to him as, first, they couldn't become a workforce, and second, they wouldn't be sufficient if he were planning to eat them. Lilith always thought that Satanisha was a pedophile. Satanisha instead points fingers at Lilith. Lucifer soon cuts them off and asks the kids their names. The girl's name is Eve, and the boy's name is Adam. These were good names, as they were the same as the first human children. Lilith asks them if they were siblings, but unfortunately, they don't remember anything. Lucifer decides to take care of them until they remember something. Abruptly, a loud alarm rings, and everyone gets startled. Thomas informs Lilith that someone is locking on a missile for this plane. Lucifer begins to think about what a missile is. Great, here he goes again. Satanisha gives him a long dictionary explanation and confuses the crap out of this guy. Lucifer finally decides to go and take a look. After all, seeing is believing. Here, Marbaz and Lilith try to find some quick solutions. Lucifer takes a look, and he learns that the missile would follow them and then explode. Down there, the boss girl was busy protecting Astaroth-sama's airspace, and he wouldn't allow anyone to invade it. Baphomet-sama orders her subordinates to destroy all of them, and they shouldn't let a single one of them live. Baphomet was getting mad at the ones who were trying to invade the airspace that is ruled by Astaroth-sama. She was determined to kill all of them. Baphomet's military man finds a shadow-like thing in the sky, and he wonders if it is a demon. He then notices that it has wings, so that thing is definitely an angel. Baphomet orders the fire to cease and capture that angel alive. Marbaz orders Thomas to land quickly. Here, Lucifer disturbs him by asking him a silly question about horses being as big as planes in the human world. This damn guy really has a great imagination during times of crisis. He goes on to say that there was something resembling an enormous horse barricade. Well, boy, those are surface-to-air missiles. Marbaz was still trying his best to save these idiots who were least interested in helping him out. He tells Thomas to lower the altitude and turn around because if they get caught in the radar, boom. They actually got caught on the radar. The gang quickly jumps out of the mess, and Lucifer saves both kids. Satanisha claims that this lot is a bit too noisy. Well, he was the one who did this, and he could have at least said something before dropping them down. The military men surround them and warn them not to move, as they have been put under restraining orders. According to Lucifer, this was quite a disturbing welcome, and Lilith notices that something is wrong with Astaroth. The opposite team tells them to shut up, and if they get any closer, they'll open fire. Yes, they were indeed very noisy. Lucifer spots a tank and tries to compare it to the tank in his own imagination world. This guy is really crazy. The military guy announces an open fire, as these guys were capable of taking direct hits from a missile. So, they begin an open fire and shoot continuously. Lucifer smartly tackles the bullets as if he doesn't care about them. After a while, he asks them if it's over or not. The military guy orders his team to continue the attack and encourages them so that they don't panic. Lucifer stops a damn missile with his bare hands. He was then termed as a monster. Well, that was close. Lucifer then jumps on one of the missiles and gets close to that guy. He asks him what else he has. Lucifer looks down upon this guy as he's a human and refers to his expensive defense materials as toys. That's when Baphomet-sama enters and asks the humans to back off. Lucifer thought that she was the one called Astaroth, but no, she is Baphomet. She knew Lucifer well and asked the Archangel to follow her quietly. Baphomet asks Lucifer to follow her for the sake of Astaroth-sama. Lucifer tells her that they were here only for that Astaroth-sama. But it wasn't easy to have an audience with Astaroth-sama just because he was an angel. Lucifer claims that it's been a while since he talked to a demon who couldn't communicate well. He compares Baphomet to Marbaz and Lilith, saying that these two, on the other hand, are pretty decent. Lilith exclaims that they are both brain dead, so Lucifer should get along well with Baphomet. Satanisha interrupts them and clarifies that he doesn't care about that snake. Here he is referring to Lilith, but they shouldn't lump him or Marbaz in with that short-circuited demon. Lilith gets annoyed, not because he referred to her as a snake, but because he decides to have some tea now. Lucifer adds up, saying that any decent being wouldn't go for a tea time at this time. Baphomet wondered what they were blabbering about, and she was ready for a fight if they didn't want to play by the rules. Baphomet was ready to drag Lucifer with force. For Lucifer, this part just got a lot easier. Baphomet pokes herself and lets the blood flow out, and then she creates blood bullets out of it. Lucifer managed to dodge her attack, and now it was time for him to return it. He launches the missile at her and boom. Baphomet is Astaroth-sama's strongest right hand, and she claims that it is not the same as the human's pea shooter. Baphomet then compares Lucifer directly with a fish on the chopping board. She meant that he was nothing but dead meat. Next up, Baphomet attacks him with another set of weapons. After that, Lucifer is nowhere to be seen, and she wonders if this guy was just a scam in the name of an archangel. Lucifer then appears amid the clouds of smoke. even with all that hype, but it was just crap. Lucifer then uses Yohane's weapon Agdos, and Baphomet hits him back with blood bullets. But she soon realizes that she has used too much blood. Now that she is going to lose, she begs Astaroth Sama for forgiveness. Lucifer attacks her, but stops right there. Baphomet addresses him as an angel with fierce wings, and she readily admits that she is strong. She tells him to kill her if he wants to, but in exchange, she asks him to save Astaroth Sama. Baphomet was well aware that her soul wouldn't forgive her for pleading to the angels, but then too, she begged Lucifer to save Astaroth Sama. Baphomet warns him by saying that if he refuses, she'll keep coming for his throat no matter how many times she perishes. This conversation reminds Lucifer about Barbados. Yes, even demons have bonds, and this was beautiful. It makes him question the bond between Michael and him. Lucifer just gives up on this fight, as he doesn't feel good about picking on someone who wouldn't fight back. Lilith and Marbas try to explain themselves and clarify that they came here because they have something to do with Astaroth. Well, here, the demons have the same purpose as this angel. There was a reason that the demons brought Lucifer here so that they might be able to track down Satan Sama. This guy thinks that he's cute, so Lilith takes care of him. Baphomet was certain that Lucifer had taken them all by force. Oh, Satanisha couldn't ignore this. He approaches Baphomet and tells her to listen carefully to him. Satanisha then makes a statement, saying that the angel is the one who was following them. He hopes that they are clear now. Hey, hang on. Lucifer disagrees with his statement, and he wants to fight again. Marbas tries to hold him tightly. Next up, Satanisha asks Baphomet to reforge his sword quickly, and the pleasure is all hers. Lucifer observes the bullet carefully, as this is the first time he has received something from a human. Well, Lilith was certain that it wasn't a present. Baphomet shows them the basement entrance and claims that it would be faster for them to see rather than explain things here. When Satanisha heard basement, he thought that it would be damper, but he was wrong. Lilith analyzes the fact that Astaroth now has an army of humans and all this equipment, so she must have gotten pretty rich and powerful since they last met. Lucifer knew that humans exchange labor, goods, and money for economic activity. Yes, in this human world, one needs money to do anything and everything. As soon as Lilith came to the human world, she immediately found a patron, Marbas. He did FX with his demonic eye, but he was stingy. Well, almost all of Satanisha's purchases and whatnot are being taken care of out of his wallet, and they had to protect the low-ranking demons and teach them how to behave or else their numbers would continue to decrease. Satanisha himself didn't want to reduce the number of soldiers for his highness, and he was sure that Astaroth was working on the same policy. Baphomet explains by saying that when the angels disappeared, the demons who couldn't satisfy their desires came to the human world. And when the demons arrived in the human world, they tried to rule the humans, but there were just too many of them, so their power is only limited to America, parts of Europe, and some other countries. Baphomet then elucidates how the US government initially quarantined them in the facility, calling them aliens. She also adds up, saying that Astaroth Sama has taken an interest in the technology and made a deal with the topmost country. The demons couldn't change the contract they had pledged, but humans, on the other hand, could revoke it. Lilith knew that the impact of Satan Sama's disappearance was so great that Astaroth had to take risks. Satanisha taunts her, saying that others were quite busy, unlike some snake who wandered around freely. Well, according to Lucifer, Satanisha was the one who enjoyed the most freedom in the group, but Satanisha puts the blame on Lilith. Lucifer calls him back in Akia and asks him to stop acting dumb. Marbas enjoys the scenario and cheers for Lucifer. Jokes apart, Lucifer notices some light, and he asks Baphomet what Astaroth was fighting with. Baphomet explains that a few days ago, Astaroth fought with an extremely weird creature, after which she sealed that one angel during the fight, but she was severely injured by the creature. Marbas knew that Astaroth was the Grand Duke who was also known as the ruler of the earth. Even Lucifer knew about her and that she was second in power to Satan. Baphomet then shows Lucifer the angel that he is looking for. Yes, that's Uriel. And this time it was real, and Lucifer tried to wake him up. Baphomet informs Lucifer that he won't wake up as Astaroth Sama has sealed him. If the binded being perishes, it'll be released naturally. So if he's still like this, that means Astaroth Sama is still alive somewhere. Baphomet wasn't sure what had abducted Astaroth, but to her, that thing looked like a damn shining angel. That's when she thought that if she captured Lucifer, she might be able to find some clues. Now that Uriel was in this condition, nothing could be done. But still, Marbas tries to knock off the crystal as it was extremely fragile. The very next moment, the crystal bursts open, and surprisingly, Astaroth appears out of nowhere. Before she could attack Marbas, Satan Aisha pulled him back. Uriel just barely made it, and Marbas exclaims that Lucifer's friend just went hard and it would crack at any moment. This was not a time to joke, and Satan Aisha calls out to the creature to show himself. That's when the weird creature comes out. Baphomet was way too happy to see Astaroth Sama, but she suddenly noticed wounds on her beautiful body. Now Baphomet gets furious and swears to kill that creepy damn monster with all her body and soul. Whoa, this little girl was really something. Here, both Lucifer and Marbas were terribly shaking and hiding behind the snake girl, Lilith.